Alright, so this is my week 13 reflection vlog. Um, this week, I really enjoyed the case study. It was a bit long. I remember spending a couple hours reading it, going through it, or about an hour and a half. But it was a good case study. Um, I'm going to talk about a few things that I learned from there, and also one of the reasons, the unnecessary assumptions that's talked about in the video, avoiding the wrong job. Um, the video I thought was quite informative, but there was one of the assumptions that I found myself doing that I want to start changing. And that assumption was knowing exactly what job I'm gonna do now. Um, I've kind of been thinking about that for a while now and have mentioned it in previous vlogs, but I think it is it is wrong to assume that the job I'll get after college is the job I'm going to stay with for a large part of my life. And because of that, or not even just the job, but also kind of the career or industry, I think that's a false idea, and one that can limit me in my own growth and progress. If I go into, if I leave college with the mindset that I can only do this one thing, or that I'm only skilled enough to do this one thing, then I lose out on all the other opportunities that I might not be specifically looking for or specifically skilled for, but that I can still do and succeed with and learn with. That kind of goes back to the example from the Randy Hazelin case study. But along with that idea, it kind of helps me with pursuing my education in college. I know from my mother as an example that what you graduate with doesn't really determine what you're going to do. My mother, who graduated with a degree in recreational management, um, first started off as a singing major, a vocal major, and changed to that. And for a good period of her life, she was a full time mother, but began working for seminaries and institutes. Um, and she found that her passion was actually, along with teaching, her passion was about government systems. And she didn't realize that until she was around 40 or 30, late 30s. And that might happen with me. I might get my degree in something, but realize that my true passion is something else. Which means I can't keep myself. I shouldn't be worrying about the kind of end goal and being perfectly tailored to that now. I should be reaching for goals and striving for them, but flexible enough to realize that I may change and I may discover new things about myself. Um, Talking about the case study, the thing that kind of stood out most to me that I mentioned in the paper or in the case study is about being around people who are happy. Um, Looking at my career, I have kind of as my time working, I have found kind of the most joy, or I felt the most happy when I was doing hard work and when I was faced with kind of complicated issues. Um, those two things I think can be very frustrating for other people, but for me, um, as well as frustrating, they were kind of exciting, and things that I knew I could throw myself into and leave exhausted, and eventually come out with that solution, which would make me satisfied. I hate not doing anything, and I hate doing kind of thoughtless, not like busy work. But um, I can definitely enjoy working hard at something that may be simple but gives a kind of great reward to it. Um, or being faced with an issue that doesn't have an answer and thinking through the different kind of solutions and the pros and cons to those kinds of solutions. That's what I do that makes me happy. But because of that, I kind of need to find jobs and put myself in positions in which I can do that. Because if I work, like if I get a job that I don't really love and don't get to work hard with or think complexly in, then I'm just going to be miserable and I'm not going to be happy. And that isn't just affecting me, but it affects the people around me. It will affect management or people's that I work around and work for, and that will make it so that they don't want to spend time with me, and it might even affect them choosing to keep me or let go of me in the future. Um, and looking at it on the other side, if I'm ever in management, it means my team will be less motivated and they will be less happy having to stick around a boss who is unhappy with kind of his career. And connecting that even now to school, if I'm doing coursework that is laborious, unrewarding, and doesn't challenge in me, then it's not the kind of work I should be doing. Which is kind of making me lean more towards a degree that really gets me excited. Because if by the end of this, in 20 years from now, I'm not doing necessarily the job that my degree is related to, then I want to have known that my college experience was a very enjoyable, rewarding experience in which I was able to be happy and able to learn because of the kind of degree I enjoyed, because of the degree I chose. Um, I think those are two big takeaways I want to take from kind of this semester, that I need to find joy in what I'm doing, and not just for myself but for other people's around me. I think that's it for my rant this week. Thanks for watching.